Hello everyone, and welcome to the game of Warships. Today's one of my replays, and I'm in the Minotaur at tier 10 British cruiser. I'm on map Islands of Ice. It's a 3-point domination game. There is one submarine, it's a shame, and there are two raiders, the Petro and the Des Moines. Now speaking of raiders, I'm divisioned with Youth in also a Minotaur, and he's carrying Raider, I'm carrying Smoke, so we've got a pretty good combination going. We also have Viper around, who is inside the B cap, which is being pushed by a Petro, weirdly enough. Now also Rook snuck into this game in a daring. So we've got that going for us. And it turns out the enemy submarine is engaging our submarine here in the center. Now this is a thing where Viper could try to charge around and depth charge it, but there is a Petro in. And that's gonna be a problem. Now the sub for some reason is high enough in the water that I can actually shoot. So let's do that. Well, there was a little bit of damage. And the sub's actually getting closer and closer to Viper. And I think Viper might actually be launching into a, well, depth charge run, or however we want to call it. Now, Petro is still around. I'm not sure when it has raided, if it has raided already, but even then Raider is not that long, I suppose, so Viper should be able to hunt down this sub, hopefully. And he did indeed. Meanwhile, we have a Satsuma kind of pushing in. Smoke isn't gonna last that much longer, and there were some fishes. Now we haven't been able to edge the enemy destroyer yet. He's probably somewhere in the edge of the cap, or maybe even behind it. Hoping from behind, actually. Now the bad news is this Satsuma is still relatively healthy and too close for concealment. But the good news is it's now behind an island. It just won't stay there. So I have some fishes going. And I need 36 seconds for another smoke. Yeah, I'm detected, so that's the destroyer. That has been around here somewhere for a bit. And there is our Raider, and we found the Holland. Now, much more importantly, though, is that Satsuma, right? As much as I want to shoot that Holland, this Satsuma needs to sink. Because those guns are gonna shoot me. My first salvo of troops was a failure, but my second one seems to get, I think, 2 hits? 3 hits! Oh, he's still alive. I'm getting lucky here with only some overpens by the enemy. And I'm safely concealed again. So this could have gone horribly wrong, but it... Now in comes the enemy Des Moines, and the enemy Des Moines is a little bit too late. Even if it kept charging and radaring me here, it doesn't have the Satsuma around anymore to provide the heavy firepower. So instead, the Des Moines decides to just go full broadside to double Minotaur. You know, it's not like, well, there's Yamato here, but if I was this Des Moines, once it has started pushing in there, I would have committed to the push. Like, it's trying to flee now, but there is an island, and that just forces it broadsides to all of our shells, and I don't think there is enough luck in the universe to survive there. So that Des Moines has been dealt with, but there is still a Holland around. Now, we don't have enough ships, we don't have enough ships at the sea cap to justify hunting A with all of us, it feels like. So I should probably go reinforce B. So at first I was going here more towards A, thinking that maybe I should help with the Holland, but, you know, we've got 5 ships here against 1 Holland. That's total overkill. And the battleships are probably not gonna leave, because the battleships are going to be the least useful against the Holland. It's why they are most likely going to stay. So instead, I'm gonna go center. I mean, it's Rook here in the daring, so he's got this, right? Meanwhile, there is a Kitakase contesting B, and Viper most definitely needs help against that, because he is, well, below half health, and it's a Kitakase. While I'm not aware that... well, I'm not aware of its health. But let's be honest, Viper's gonna be in trouble if he's fighting it. Now my smoke isn't quite ready yet, but I think most of those battleships should be blocked by islands, so if I get detected right now, I feel reasonably comfortable to survive until my smoke's ready again. So I'm launching some blind torps here. There's also a SAO potentially coming. The Kita caster seems to have left. I presume it was behind this island all this time, where it was last spotted, and it's now gonna go towards sea. So I've made it into the cap. My division mate with his radar is right next to me. My smoke's ready. Now we just need to find a good position to settle down. Preferably close enough to shoot the enemy battleship train. Now the enemy team still has a lot of battleships there.
Attention, support that target.
And they seem to be finally pushing sea. Also, by the way, meanwhile, look at that, the Hanover and the Yamato still sticking around chasing a Halland towards the A line instead of, you know, engaging any battleships around here, so... Oh, the warships.
Smoke screen set.
Now, I was looking here towards my RPF and my division mate was popping the radar, so... I was hoping to get a little bit more damage into the Kitakase. Unfortunately, it found a convenient island. I'm trying to maneuver a little bit to launch some torps here in case it goes forward. Of course, being a Minotaur, that's always a bit of a problematic move, because as you saw, I accelerated a bit too much, and I am very low, yeah. So now, I left my smoke. Then again, I might have needed to leave anyway to dodge those torps. I can just squeeze by here. The Kitakase, for some reason, decided to leave the safety of his island. And here is Viper to the rescue. So, I left the smoke on accident, then I had to keep going because of the torps, and now Viper comes in with his smoke to keep me alive. It's good to have friends, I tell you. It's good to have friends. Meanwhile, it looks like Rook traded with that daring. I wasn't paying attention. Rook was the daring. Rook traded with the Talent. And the enemy, the friendly battleships are now finally coming this way. Now the Iowa seems to be pushing here, and well, it's not quite close enough yet. My smoke fire penalty is 5.4. If it gets too close, I'll have to stop shooting. What are my silly shells doing here? So I should have torps ready on the other side, which is why I'm gonna turn around, and we'll see if we can't get some torps in. Now, it would be immensely helpful, of course, if we had, you know, battleships. Oh, and the Conqueror came around and spotted Youth, which ended very unfortunate. Now that Conqueror is gonna come around and do the same to me pretty soon, I'm afraid. Although I am torping the Iowa, so that's one threat dealt with. Now I just have to survive the Conqueror. Well, I don't have to survive it for long, because my smoke's almost ready again. It's the last one, but it's gonna be worth it. So the Conqueror turrets, I don't think I turned my way just yet. So I just popped some smoke, and now we just found the Conqueror. And, you know, our battleships even arrived. Isn't that nice? That's gonna be helpful.
Torpedoes to port.
So,
Torpedoes to port.
3 enemies remain, 4 allies. It's not looking too bad. We have the caps and the points. Of course, I mean, well, I'm launching some torps here, trying to intercept incomparable. Oh, we got a strike. Now, wait a minute. Let's have a look at those battleships, right? The Hanova is actually taking some damage. The Yamato still hasn't tanked a single shell, it looks like. Yeah, okay, maybe a couple of shells. Well, the Incomparable is eating a lot of damage. That is some good news. My torpedoes might even finish it off, and I have enough smoke ready to even shoot it while it comes around here. Incomparable does have torps, and I do have a Hydro ready. So when it comes around here, it could, I guess, torp. Oh well, this Incomparable is dead anyway. I'm not sure if I had torp anglers. I could pop a Hydro just to be safe. I don't think I was going for that in this game. I mean, I can keep my Hydro for the south. That might be somewhere close to. I'm now totally out of smoke screens. And there is still a battleship left. So, yeah. You know, it's interesting. The Hanover refused to do anything the entire game, and now that it's on low health and might for the very first time in this battle, this Hanover might consider not pushing, and it's pushing. It's always amazing, right? The battleships, they sit in the back all of this time. They uselessly chase a destroyer instead of helping where they are needed. And then when it's finally time to actually retreat, then they just keep going forward. Anyway, so this Hanover is done for, but we still have a full health Yamato. Now a full health Yamato could still eat a lot of sour torps. And considering that this Yamato hasn't filled me with confidence so far in this game, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. So I'm not really counting on the Yamato. I'm counting on Viper and myself, but that means I have to be careful and not throw my ship away. Without a smoke screen, I'm always pretty much at risk. If I try to open water gunboat or Lepanto, it can just one-shot me. But I can stealth top. And maybe I can use some islands. I mean, you know what?
Victory is in sight.
I could also sail into the corner of the map if I wanted to, I guess. Let's speed this up slightly. Okay, so here is the Lepanto. And it might actually be turning my way. So here is where I'm, let's just say, not entirely safe. If it makes too hard of a turn, I have an island blocks my exit. So it's scraping along the edge of my detection. You know, after I said I have to be careful, I wasn't that careful now, was I? And I'm strangely tempted to shoot, but as I said, I probably shouldn't. This Yamato is coming right into... Oh yeah, it ate some sour torps, right? And it's... well, I mean, it takes the sour a while to reload. Gonna get some more torps off towards the Lepanto. Lepanto is taking some torps and it's not looking my way. I'm also going behind the island so I can squeeze in a salvo or two. There you go. And we will also shoot that island, right? Now, not quite enough to finish it off, although my torps might, but I suspect the Yamato will. Oh, is the Yamato going to eat all the fish? Surprisingly, no. But this Yamato came very close to just getting farmed by sour torps, as I was honestly fully expecting. But, you know, at this point we can just speed it up. This game is basically won. The sow will not sink us. Now that brings us to the results. This was a pretty fun Minotaur game, I'd say. And it was a close one. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. And I'll see ya next time.